You're listening to the KangzCast podcast. New episodes are released weekly. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at KangzCast, like on Facebook, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
Welcome to KangzCast with D Fresh, Eric, and Ryan. This is your weekly Sacramento Kings podcast for Kings fans by Kings fans. As always, this episode is brought to you by Ziggy's Smoke Shop. You can follow Ziggy's Smoke Shop on Instagram at Ziggy's Smoke Shop 209 with locations in Stockton and Tracy. We are coming back to you guys after a 1 week off hiatus. You know, we had to take the weekend off. We had some things going on because it was the 4th of July. And instead of coming on here and just talking to you guys, we went and celebrated America and had a good old time. So it's been a while since we've checked in. It's been a great run for us during the quarantine. We've been keeping up with it. Really excited because we've just been getting tons of follows. And we came into July with 4 consecutive months of just record downloads. So thanks for the support. We're really hoping to continue to keep coming at you guys with content as we head into kind of like this like second, third part of the season or whatever we're going to call it, the bubble or something, you know, where the Kings are playing. So we finally got basketball. Things are rolling. Let's check in on the guys. What's good, guys? How was your break? How was the 4th of July? How'd you celebrate America?
Hey, so yeah, I've been doing all right. 4th of July was actually an awesome weekend for me. Me, the wife, the family, and some others went up to Pinecrest Wednesday through Sunday. Was a great time. Saturday up there, the actual 4th of July at Pinecrest was absolutely ridiculous. The amount of freaking people. That was probably like the least fun day out of the trip, just because there was so much people. You couldn't even get to the lake. Like there was so much day use. It was ridiculous. I thought about complaining and being a Karen that weekend because, you know, like I paid to go stay at Pinecrest, but it was the 4th of July. I wasn't going to go and, you know, impede on someone else's freedoms, you know. So I'm doing good, though. It's been a great week.
Hey, the Pinecrest is Forest Service land, man. If there's anything about celebrating your freedoms as American, it's taking advantage of public lands, and great to see those people out there on the 4th of July taking advantage of that. So you can't do that. You know, you can't be telling on people for exercising their freedoms, man.
Eric, I literally just said that I didn't pull a Karen, even though I really wanted to. So I don't know why you had to throw that in there.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying it's just great to hear people doing that. Doug, how was your 4th of July?
Mine was good. You know, Ryan, I came up with a male Karen term recently, and it's Jim. I don't know. I just figure like it fits the stereotype of a male Karen. My 4th of July was as good as it could be. I was actually very impressed. The city where I live in, like a lot of other ones, didn't have official fireworks this year. So, you know, the citizens took over for that. And I'll tell you fucking what, it was better. It was better than the city putting it on. And I was entertained. I was out in the middle of my court and I was just doing 360s, man, watching big ass fireworks in the sky over there. And then the funny part is there were like 3 or 4 drones in the sky, and you knew they were the police department because they're trying to, you know, find out where they're coming from and lay down the fines. But already the numbers in, they only fined like 9 people, which I'll tell you what, there were a hell of a lot more than 9 people sending illegal fireworks in the sky. So it was nice getting a better show. I'd rather just have that every year, just have the citizens do the fireworks.
Yeah, I had one go off on my street that just rocked the shit out of my house. This wasn't even on 4th of July. I was leading up to it. So like I got kind of a love hate thing for it. I'm not really a fan of fireworks too much. A lot of it is I'm getting that grumpy old man time where it's Wednesday night, 4th of July. It's July 1st or whatever, and my house is just getting freaking rocked, and I'm just trying to go to bed. So that does suck about it. 4th of July always up there is one of my favorite holidays because I post this annually because you can't have America without Eric. So I like to put that out there. 4th of July for me. What? That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I like that one.
Do not bring that fucking shit on our podcast, Eric. Jesus Christ.
Oh God! I was just taking a sip of my drink. I'm gonna spit that shit everywhere, dude.
Oh my God. God, people.
I did
God, dude. Oh my gosh. Go.
They think we're squares. They already do. But no, I ate meat off the grill is what I did. I didn't really do anything too crazy. I ate some meat. Did you guys watch the hot dog eating contest? I can't watch it. I know Robbie's like the number one fan for that. He's always posted it. You guys see him?
Hey, I'll tell you what though, man. I obviously I didn't watch it because I was in Pinecrest, but I'll tell you what, man. Joey Chestnut is an absolute machine. All right. He's an American icon. He is up there with Tiger, LeBron James, Tom Brady, Michael Phelps, and Joey Chestnut might just be on the top of it. You talk about somebody who's at the most dominating athlete of all time. He just dominates there. There's nobody even hasn't ever been close. Maybe like when he first started and he had to take out Kobayashi. But oh my gosh, dude, this dude, it's impressive. It's disgusting, but it's impressive.
Kobayashi still... Is he still doing those?
Nah, bro. Joey Chestnut put his ass in retirement, bro.
I haven't watched.
Hey,
put him. We have to hit Robbie up as a source, though. But
Joey Chestnut,
if you're deep throating 76 hot dogs, dude, I mean that is insane, dude. That's so insane. Just
Joey Chestnut, he's from like San Jose or something like that, right? Yeah, he's from like this area. Yeah,
he's from here from the Bay.
Hey, gotta support the hometown hero.
Repping. Tom Brady from the Bay. Who else from the? Who else is from down
Barry
here?
Bonds,
Julian Edelman. Hey, can I go ahead and tell my? I've been waiting to tell this story. So, all right. So I had a crazy ass week. All right. It started off on Monday. All right. I'm driving to work, and I work in the Bay Area, so I'm driving over the Altamont, and this is Monday, like at 3:45 in the morning. A rock flies up, cracks my windshield a little bit, right? So I'm like, oh, shit, that's how we're starting off the week. So whatever, I was planning on getting it fixed on actually today. Well, yesterday I'm driving to work, and it's about 3:45 in the morning, and there's a truck in front of me, and he has a bunch of sheetrock. Well, sheetrock came loose and had some pieces of, about 8-foot pieces of sheetrock shatter my windshield this time, break my headlight, dent my hood of my car, knocked my mirror off on the side, dented up the whole. It was bad. All right, you talking about a wake up call at 3:45 in the morning, man? This shit was ridiculous. So I pulled over. Right, I was half asleep. Like I didn't even. I think I tried to swerve, but my reaction was so slow because I was pretty much sleeping.
No awareness and zero awareness, huh? Jeez.
So I pull over. All right. Well, there was no way I was going to avoid it. So I pull over, thinking the guy's going to pull over too. This motherfucker just kept driving. He was gone. I don't know if he noticed or anything. So, I got pretty good insurance, so I got that USAA, and so I called him yesterday, and they actually got me in. I left work a little early. I got into Caliber Collisions. Shout out them in Manteca because they hooked it up, and it's going to be about $2,800 in damages. So. Is what it is.
USAA, is that the one is that the military one, Ryan? USAA?
USAA.
Yes.
Is that the one?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thanks for your service, man.
Ryan, thank you for your service, man.
I knew it was coming. I should have said no. God damn it.
Anyway, I mean,
just plugging today though. He's plugging inside.
Hey, anyways, I've never even been involved in like a cracked windshield or anything. And for it to happen twice in the week to me, it was intense.
I seen on Final Destination, man. Someone's out to get you. Better be cool, bro. Be cool around your shower. Be cool around your drains. You know what I mean? You don't want to get sucked down or something.
I'm glad.
Like
you
a year ago, there was
glad you guys asked if I'm okay.
a year ago there was the thing out by Sac where someone was driving on 99, and like same situation where like a pipe, like a bar or something, fell from the back of a truck and went underneath the car and penetrated through the driver's side like foot and went through this chick's leg, dude. Like that's insane. So like when Ryan was telling me this, yesterday, I was like, holy shit, like dude, this could have came through and fucking caused some real damages.
Oh,
so
dude.
Glad you're okay, Ryan.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You guys, Doug, do you have anything that you want to check in on real quick? Because I know we have a loaded episode, but there's a lot going on with the what are we gonna call this, Doug? The bubble, the playoff, the postseason, what is this? What do you want to call this just for our short talk?
We can call it the bubble wrap.
The bubble
WRAP.
Bubble play. I don't know what we're going to call it. I'll just make up words and we'll see what sticks. So, as always, we can't get to the bulk of the episode without addressing the trash take of the week. But KangzCast we pride ourselves on being honest, keeping it real, and being authentic. And to be honest, this week and the week before, we just didn't really see anything out there that was deserving of being categorized as the trash take of the week. We want to keep it fair. We just don't want to, just talk shit about people's opinions just to talk shit. I mean, there's always some stuff out there, but nothing real trash. So, all you out there in Kangsland writing blogs and shit, you dodged a bullet this week. We're not going to call anybody out, but we still are going to, we're probably still going to talk some crap because that's what I do, I guess. As we go into the episode, I wanted to address some journalism, the big J journalism as we're going into some play, because a lot of people are starting to write again and they're starting to make their projections and do these interviews and whatnot. And some of my key journalism takeaways this week, guys. So might add this in a segment. We'll see if I can get enough of these. I'll keep doing these every week. This is kind of excellent journalism being brought to you guys in the Sacramento Kings area and in Kingsland. First goes to common offender Matt George. Matt George put on his Twitter this week, and in a real insider interview with Kings assistant coach and former Kings legend Bobby Jackson, and he quoted, "The Kings are, going to play." This isn't really a quote, but this is basically what he said. Kings are going to play really hard. They're going to play fast. And aggressive, guys. So, and just in case you were wondering, if you need some insider info, they're going to try to win. Okay. And then a number 2 offender, of course, it's Sacktown royalty, who got bought out by whoever, and now it's being written by, what did we find out? Like
Lakers
LA journalists?
SB Nation.
Lakers fans
SB
or
Nation,
something?
bunch of Lakers people.
So one article on there, if you guys were wondering, this was another big insider info. I think they were watching a lot of tape of their practice sessions because the Kings are going to be more focused going into to the games, guys. That was the headline. The Kings are going to be more focused. And in an exclusive interview with 15 bench spot player and re-signee Corey Brewer, he said the Kings do appear to be more focused than last year when he was on the team. So just in case, you were, I know, guys, if it wasn't a sure thing that Kings were going to be competitive coming around this time, now you know. So shout out to all the big journalists out there. Anything you guys have to say? Or is that just me talking shit?
No, I'm glad to hear that they're more focused. It really puts me, now I got to go redo my projections because I didn't know they were going to be this focused. So, so now everything that I thought was out the window now.
How you doing, guys? This is head coach Jon Gruden. I'll tell you what, man, the Sacramento Kings are ready to go. I watched them a little bit in practice this week. They've been running some spider do-I banana. And I'll tell you what, Corey Brewer's going to come off the bench, play 9 minutes, and score 3 points. Look out for the Sacramento Kings.
Hey,
Oh,
coach, give me a
God.
big locker room guy. A lot of good locker room stuff going on right now. A lot of helping, handing a towel, slapping of hands. Oh man, I can't wait for those highlights, man.
You got to do
So
the actual
it's
Gruden. The Gruden knock if you're with me, Doug. Come on. Sorry, Eric, but come on. Let's go, Kings. Knock
Hey,
if
if
you're
you
with
want
me.
to see Corey Brewer play, knock if you're with me.
Hey.
I just, it's kind of fun. Like it's kind of fun sometimes being in like a fan of a small market team because you get just some shit like this and people are like, yeah, that sounds great. I haven't been listening to KHTK. I don't really listen to them, but I'm thinking about tuning in this week, guys, because I would love to hear some of those opinions that are coming in about this. You've been listening, Ryan? Anything? Nothing?
Nah,
Doug?
I haven't. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I'll do this. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna lie, dude. I haven't listened since Grant got fired.
I wonder how their ratings are doing. Like,
Yeah.
Part of
it wasn't. I mean, part of the reason is they fired Grant, and I don't want to go listen to Doug Christie talk for 3 hours. But part of it's just the quarantine, and I stopped listening to talk radio because what the freaking hell are they going to talk about? Shit like this comes out, and I was like, dude, I can't listen to this for an hour and a half while I'm driving home from work every day, man.
Well, I'm the same because I think, I might start listening a little more in these next couple of weeks because they'll actually have some basketball to talk about. So, talk to us in a week about that.
Yeah, I tuned in and they were talking. It was like they were talking about the social justice stuff. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't care what Jason Ross has to say when it comes to social justice issues. I'm going to turn on my podcast that I can fast forward through and select my episodes instead. So, yeah, man, check out some upcoming Kings media and report back next episode. Hey, big thing I don't want to forget, guys. Today is episode 30, which is a big milestone only because it's a nice round whole number. But it's kind of cool, seeing the numbers go up like this. We started way back at 1 at the beginning of this season. We did like a I don't know, what do we do, like a season preview? So kind of cool that we're carrying on to 30. I wanted to announce that today, being a nice whole round number. Next topic. Okay, Kings tweeted out our favorite jerseys. So we definitely have gone in on the Kings jerseys this season. I want to say, what do you guys think? Back in March, we really had a little debate about the jerseys because I was fucking hating on those red ones. I think a lot of people were. And we talked about what our favorite jerseys were. And I think we're all in agreement, right, that our favorite Kings jerseys are those. What era was that, guys? The black
The
ones?
heyday.
That was the
heyday.
that was
2002, 2000.
No. That was like 99, 2000, 2001. And then they switched over to the purple and white ones that we knew from, like 03, 04. But hey, speak for your guys' selves, bro. Don't be including me in my favorite jerseys, the all black ones. I was a fan of the gold ones.
Oh, you would. Oh man, so I'm wondering if the Kings are actually going to wear those cool black ones. Do you guys? What's your guys' predictions?
Who knows?
If that was a tease, I mean, I don't see why they would put that out there. So I think it would just be another added thing. Maybe the Ringer can actually notice that. I don't know that the Kings are doing different jerseys, but I don't know. But I know the I love those jerseys. I'm with you, Eric. I think they're bold. I think they represent the era of when the Kings were at their best, which is just good, not great. But yeah, those are their best. Those are the best unis, hands down.
It's the simplicity of them, man. It really is. It's that old Kings logo, the simplicity, bro. Like a lot of the stuff now, dude. Jerseys are just so there's just so much shit going on a lot of them, dude. And it's just like I just like that simple look, man. So yeah, guys, I was just joking. The gold ones aren't my favorite one. The black ones are. I just want to throw that out there.
You better qualify that. Well, it's like the Kings. It's like we talked about way back. The Kings branding went all in on that like weird like modern version of the classic jerseys. They were doing so much baby blue and then it evolved to the red, and it was like I'm just a fan of the standard white, black, and purple ones that they even have now, and it's like they hardly wore those. I need to check. What would be a good source is the Kings uniform tracker on Twitter. If you guys don't follow that, Someone out there really literally tracks all the Kings uniforms like that. So that's cool. Doug, you mentioned the Ringer not paying attention to the Kings. That was probably the I don't want to say hot topic, but it was a topic of conversation on Kingsland Twitter this week, which was the Ringer's article. Because a couple weeks ago, the Ringer posted a poll of who's going to make the Western Conference final playoff spot, and they did a 3-team poll, and we talked about that. They left the Kings off. Well, this week an article was written just about the playoffs in general. And they said essentially it's a 3-team race, is what they said. And Doug, you might have all this up because this is all off the top of my head. But they included like the Trailblazers, the Pelicans, and maybe the Grizzlies. I think were the 3 teams that they were really talking about. Am I right about that?
Pretty much, yeah. I just have a part of it, so I'm not like on here reading, but it's their 7th topic on this article. It says who plays their way into the West playoffs. There is effectively a 3-team race for the West 8 seed between the upstart Grizzlies, who currently hold the spot, the Trailblazers, who will welcome back Nurkic and Zach Collins, and the Pelicans, a team transformed by the midseason introduction of Zion Williamson.
So my initial thing is, I'm not look it. Let's keep it real, guys. Let's be honest. Like, we're not so like thirsty that we're like, no, they need to talk about us. I mean, the Kings are literally the bottom of the bottom when it comes to these play-in games. But my thought is, and I think this is where it is for everybody, is like, dude, they have the same record as some of these teams, or like are right there with some of these teams. So, I think it's more just not even including them in that conversation at all. Is just bad. I don't know if you can call that journalism, but it's just a bad take or bad article, or whatever you want to call it.
Hey, to be fair though, all right, with Sacramento's track record over the last 15 years, can you blame them? That's the way I look. I get what you're saying, but guys are just looking at it like, it's the Sacramento Kings. Right? Because let's be honest, if the quarantine shit wouldn't have happened, Sacramento wasn't going to make it anyway. So like they're just looking at it as, and I disagree with the Trailblazers one. Like, I don't think the Trailblazers should be in there. I don't know. And I'm not going to go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, and that's where my take is. Like, I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. We're not so thirsty. We're like, you need to include us. We need to. It's not that. It's just more like the Kings. If you literally look at the standings, and if you look at the way the season's played out as far as head-to-head records among these teams, and just kind of what the Kings lineup is, being healthy now, and all Bagley's playing, and I just feel like if you knew basketball and we're going to talk about basketball, this would just be a natural thing to like just kind of like include, because it's literally the situation. But it seems like they're taking like let's just ignore it. And it's awesome because I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago. One of you two said this could be bulletin board material for the Kings, right? Matt George said that, and it's like, not that's stupid. Bulletin board material NBA, that's dumb. But it would be just kind of really cool from a Kings fan perspective, and for the Kings, if the Kings did beat these teams and end up being that, actually getting in this play, however it's working out, because it could lead to like more optimism going into off season and like an actual like recognition for De'Aaron Fox and a lot of things like that. So like the Kings do have an opportunity, and with them being doubted so hard, I think that it would it just could be really good if it does work out well for them.
Hey, let's talk about that real quick though. De'Aaron Fox, he is going to show out, dude. Like I really believe that. Sorry.
So I want to save it because as we go on, I will save it because our big bulk topic at the end of the episode today is top things that we're looking forward to seeing. So I definitely will. Let's save it for that. But Doug, did you have something on the Ringer? What we were saying?
Yeah, just real quick. My thought personally is I think it's common sense. Kings lack star power. Okay, I mean Portland's getting talked about because they have Lillard and McCollum. They're sexy to talk about. They're sexy to watch. Obviously the Grizzlies are in the 8th seed, but they have Ja Morant, who's going to win Rookie of the Year. And then I'm pretty sure everybody that's not biased wants New Orleans in for the obvious reason of seeing Zion. So I think that's why the Kings are getting left out. They lack star power. And they're from Sacramento. Nobody gives a fuck about Sacramento. So, by the way, Zion looking shredded.
Yeah, but that's what we're saying. We get that. We understand that, and we're not oblivious to that. It's just more, like I said.
That's why we're not complaining about it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I get that. It's just, and I think, like I said, if the Kings actually do end up beating these teams and somehow do get in, it'll be kind of cool, and it'll be a cool topic. Let's see. Moving on. Great article. I wanted to talk to Ryan about this one. So it was a great article from Tim Maxwell. I really like Tim Maxwell. He writes for the King's Herald, and he posted an article about the Kings starting lineup and what starting lineup they should go with into this bubble postseason. And he said that they should start De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Bogdanovich, Harrison Barnes at the 4, and then Richaun Holmes. So I know that's something Ryan's talked about in the past. I know we've posed that question. Ryan, I wanted you to talk about this for a while and see. I wanted to hear what you had to say about this.
Yeah, we talked about this a long time. Actually, multiple times on the podcast that we've talked about this. And my whole theory is you just put the best players on the court. It's very simple. You put the best players on the court, and I think that with them having Corey Brewer now, I think it's going to allow them to do that a little more. Just because of you can move Bazemore to the 2, you can put Corey Brewer at the 3. That's my kind of. I think adding him gave them a little more flexibility to do that. But the starting lineup, man, you coming out of the quarantine like this, and teams are giving you a 0 shot, or journalists are giving you a 0% chance to get in. Play the best guys, dude. See how Bogey and Buddy can play together. See how it works out. And I've been advocating for Harrison Barnes to play the 4 all season since Bagley's been out. I just think it's going to allow a lot of spacing. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to be, take it to the next level like he was doing like in January and February. I think he's going to go above and beyond that. So yeah, let the best players play, man. Why not? What do you got to lose?
And a lot of teams do go with smaller lineups. And with Richaun Holmes being Richaun Holmes obviously going to be healthy, which he wasn't healthy the second half of the season. And you're going to assume he's going to be able to go in there, and we're going to assume that he's going to play like he did earlier in the season, which was some type of big presence in the middle, kind of could allow him to do that. And then, really, Ryan, I wanted to ask you, how does it affect the bench? What's the bench look like? Because Alex Len was really impactful, and it's in the second part of the season, his defensive reading. But then where does that leave Bielisa? Where does that leave a healthy Bagley? I mean, I think everybody wants to see a healthy Bagley play. I do, and I think they should play him. And then you still have Giles. You have Bazemore. What's that look like? Where are those guys who I would say played big roles before everything got shut down as far as what the Kings' success was like, particularly Alex Len? Right? Like, do those guys play? Where do they fall in line? And how's Bagley fit into that? Because it's a loaded front court now.
Hey, it's a get in where you can fit in. Like, straight up, dude. Whoever it's win or go home time. All right, you don't got time to. Hey, we got to get Giles some minutes right here. We got to make sure Alex Len's getting his because he was playing real well 4 months ago. Who gives a shit? Go into practice. Whoever's playing the best at that point is going to play. If I was Luke Walton, you don't. Who cares, dude? Don't worry about that shit. Put the best players in. Best players are going to play. If Bielisa's not shooting well, his ass ain't playing. If Giles, goes into 4 fouls within 2 minutes like he was freaking, like he was famous for, sorry, dude, this is win or go home. If you got to get with the program. And Bagley, who knows where we're going to go. I love Bagley more than the next guy. I think that his potential is, up there with, like De'Aaron Fox and all those guys. But is he going to be in shape? How is he, physically inside the paint with guys? And, it's going to be a feel thing, and I think it's going to switch from day to day. But I firmly believe in whoever's hot, whoever's playing the best at that moment plays. I don't give a shit if Bielisa had a career year. If you're not playing well, dude, and you can't play defense, your ass is on the bench.
Who do you think's the odd man out in the front court?
Alex Len and Harry Giles. I think both of them. I don't see they play much.
I think
Depending.
that Harry Giles is.
Let me go back and say, if Bagley's healthy, if everyone is healthy and playing, I think that Alex Len and Harry Giles are probably the two guys out. Because then you're, like how we're saying how you think Barnes should start. That's technically he's going to be thrown into the front court now. So it's, that's taking another spot away. And I do think like Alex Len would probably get minutes just because of his defensive presence and his, how big he is. But I think those two would be the odd men out. If I had to guess right now, if everyone's healthy.
So this is where, to be honest with you, I disagree with this. I like the article. I like the take on Tim Maxwell, but I disagree. I disagree with it because I think that the Kings' strength is in the front court, and I don't see a reason why they need to. I think a lot of this goes back to my thoughts on Bogdanović. I don't see a reason why Bogdanović needs to start. That's kind of what it comes down to for me. For me, I would much prefer to see, Buddy Hield I'd much prefer to see Buddy Hield and Barnes at the 2 and the 3, and then the 4 and the 5 to be combinations of all the guys that they have, because then that would allow like Holmes and Bielisa, right, and then Len and Bagley. It like rotate those guys and they could all play, and I think it's more impactful. And then what happens is when you talk about secondary lineups, that's where you have Kent Bazemore and Bogdanović playing together in secondary lineups. And it still allows that front court to be Bagley and Len, right? And with Joseph Cordial. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I don't think I don't really feel, I like the article, I like the take, and I do think that this lineup could play together at times, right? But as far as carrying a heavy minutes load, why? Why does Bogdanović need to be thrusted in there? If this is about what to do in the future, like what's the future of the Kings like next season, if this is what we're looking at, that's a different story. Maybe they want to see what that looks like, but I just think that having Len and Holmes and Bagley and Bielisa like playing those guys, and then even have even having what was I going to say, Giles that could still kind of play and rotate in there. It's just I don't think it best optimizes it.
Well, I know for a fact that they're not going to run with that lineup. I'm pretty sure that they're going to come out and it's going to be Holmes, Bielisa, Barnes, Bogdanović, Fox. If I had to put money on it, that's the lineup that I think they're going to go with game one. That's what I think. But I just think, if it was me, I would just throw it all out there, dude. I'm very curious to see how De'Aaron Fox plays with guys like Bogdanović and Buddy Hield who can shoot on the sides of him, and having Harrison Barnes just kind of be that little floater in the corner. Rashawn Holmes pick and roll with De'Aaron Fox, dude. I think offensively, I think that's an ideal. Like if you're just looking at it from where we are right now, ideally, I think that looks the best. But that team would get killed defensively, dude. Let's be real. They would get.
That's what I'm saying.
Who the hell's Buddy and Bogey going to guard, dude? And then Harrison Barnes is. He's a good player. He's like 6'9", 6'10", but he's not a rebounder like that. He's not a rim protector. I think they'd get destroyed in the paint. But offensively, man, the potential of that is just it's off the charts.
Yeah, and I get it. I just think that's what I'm saying. I like the article. I like the take. It's something we've mentioned in the past. But if I'm looking at it honestly right now, the front court being so strong and the ability to have, I think, more versatile lineups is better. And I just don't really feel like Bogdanović needs to be thrusted into the starting lineup like that. Doug, you have on here that you have on here, Doug, that you have some Harrison Barnes numbers at power forward.
Yeah, for this season, and again, I don't know how all these fucking ratings work, but I mean, I know minus is bad and plus is good. So when he's at small forward, he's a minus 4.6 net rating. When he's at power forward, he's a plus 2.3. So that's a nice difference of plus 6.9. So I don't know if that means much, but statistically, he's been better playing the 4. I mean, I have my thoughts on that, but you guys go ahead.
Just dropping numbers. Okay, so let's move on to the bulk topic here, and we're obviously talking about it. Hey guys, it feels kind of good because the last 2 months the podcast have been pretty loose. We haven't really gone in on as far as discussions because there hasn't been as much to discuss. So this is definitely feeling like some throwback KangzCast in back in December. So right here, big topic, which top things that we're looking forward to seeing, and we'll call it from the bubble. And Ryan, I think as we go into this, like I was kind of thinking we don't have to like have full on conversations about every, like we just did, but it could be more like one topic, two topic, three things, players, whatever takeaways that can come out of it. So, you want to start it off? You got number one because what do you anything?
Well, I mean, I'll leave you guys the obvious one. I really want to see how the Bogdanovich Buddy Hield thing plays out. That's just like that's been our little common theme throughout the year. We've talked about it multiple times. I want to see how that works out because this is going to affect Buddy Hield's future with Sacramento moving forward and Bogdanovich's. So I'm really like that's my number one thing that I'm like, damn, who's going to get the minutes? Who's going to play well? What's going to happen with that? And then secondly, Marvin Bagley. I mean, we all want to see it. So we want to see him healthy. Sorry, I guess I'm supposed to go one at a time on that. You didn't clarify that, but yes, go ahead.
No, it's cool. I just want to. I figured if we just go one at a time and just drop little things here and there, because I was going to tell Doug as we're doing this. Doug, if maybe you write these down because we could probably do a cool little graphic of some things that we're looking at. Just keep record. We don't always do the best job of keeping record of our takes to refer back to. You said Bagley, Ryan. Yeah, I'll let you elaborate on that one because I think that's a big one for me. I'll touch on the obvious one that you were going to say, and that's De'Aaron Fox. I said it at the end of the year, at the end of the the shutdown or whatever we're calling it, that De'Aaron Fox was taking that next level step, and then so much time's passed that this guy's been working. He's been getting better. He cut his hair, which is a big factor for me. It's just going to really affect those stats. More aerodynamic, more speed down the court.
More aerodynamic. I was waiting for someone to say it.
No, that was totally a joke. But I think that De'Aaron Fox really matured quite a bit this year. If you look at first game of the season against Phoenix, tons of turnovers. Okay, he was kind of turning the ball over a lot. Even he got hurt, he came back and he was turning the ball over. And then it was like All-Star break. This guy turned into the next level where it's 20 points a game. He's looking like a stud. The highlights were looking great. So for me, I really think that he has a real opportunity on the stage here to go against other young players like Ja Morant and Lonzo Ball and many players of that caliber, right? And just can really stand, especially if the Kings win. I think that De'Aaron Fox could make it out of this as like the young dude, and I really do like the dude because I think that I think that of him. I think a lot of Kings fans do. So that's probably for me obviously you said the most obvious one, but that's something I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. So can I go in on the Marvin Bagley one a little bit?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So I really think if Marvin Bagley, big key to Sacramento if they are going to, move forward and get into this playoff or whatever you want to call it. I think if Marvin Bagley is healthy, him taking over in that second unit is going to be something that I want to see. So we still haven't heard, right? Nobody knows what's going on with him. Nobody knows if he's going to play. But if he does play, I think he has to take advantage of that second unit. I think that the offense should run through him out of that second unit. So that's another thing that I'm excited to see, man. Because if he's healthy, dude, we've saw it. The dude can score like that. He'll go in and he'll play freaking 15 minutes and have 12 points, 14 points, 6-7 rebounds. So I want to see him be healthy, and I want to see him take advantage of that second unit because I don't think he'll play too much with the starters if he is healthy. So that's my other one.
Bagley, everyone wants to see that, and I think I wrote down when I was prepping for the show this week, which was that Bagley has the opportunity to shut people up because because he got hurt, it's like so many dumbasses out there in Kingsland are just hating on him, especially with the Luka crap. And it's like it seems like there's a large portion of Kings fans who like hate on Marvin Bagley, and we know we think that dude is a stud, and I think that him being healthy is the only thing that's obviously holding him back right now, and it's only time will tell. So excited for that. For me, next topic for me is definitely going to be something I'm looking forward to seeing come out of this. Is I just want to see the Kings like have some definitive answers on the direction that they're going to be going coming out of this, okay? Because this is getting to the point now where the next NBA season is going to be pretty quick. There's not going to be this huge 6-month layoff, we're thinking, like there usually is, right? It's going to be this. It's going to be a quick draft. There's going to be contracts. Can you be turned quickly? Free agents turned quickly. At this point, the front office is not going anywhere. They're going to be here. But the bogey situation, what the contract's going to happen with that? Which of these players like Alex Len and what's going to happen? Is Jabari Parker going to pick up that option? All these just different pending things. I want to see the Kings come out of this with a clear direction so that when they go attack their offseason, and execute that plan, it wasn't like last year where it was like you signed a bunch of guys that didn't really make an impact or have any effect on the long-term plan. Like, let's fucking have an offseason finally that is like builds something. And I think they have a real opportunity at this point, being so late, July, August, to get those answers. And at this point, it's going to be huge for Vlade as far as is he going to be here? Can he do that? Do we have faith he can do that? A lot of answers as far as the team, building the team, that I want to see them really evaluate that.
My last one. So we're doing 3, right? My last
take
one.
Take it away. Take it away right here.
Okay. My last one. It's not going to be what a lot of people think, but I'm interested to see Kent Bazemore because he is on a contract year, and Eric's talked about Eric's pretty high on him and his defense capabilities and him just being athletic, and that's kind of guys that we like. I'm interested to see how impactful he is. I think he's another guy with Bagley on the second unit that could really take advantage of minutes. I think he fits well in the starting lineup just because of his defensive capabilities. So that's a guy that I towards the quarantine, beginning of that was somebody that I was like, okay, we want to bring him back next year, that he fits, he plays D, and not a lot of people play defense in Sacramento. So that is one off the wall, topic that I'm looking forward to seeing. So we'll see, like you're saying, the offseason stuff, but that kind of fits into what you were just saying. We'll see how he plays during this little playoff and if they are going to bring him back.
And I'll say about Kent Bazemore, because you said I'm high on him, and I want to make this clear because it gets misconstrued out there. Is it's not that I'm like over the top about the guy. It's just you need players like that are very affordable contract wise, that contribute. They're versatile in multiple positions. He can shoot when he's open. He can play D. Is athletic. So I'm just a fan of guys like that, and I'm glad to see you put him on there because I do think that as far as a value goes, I don't know how far off he is as far as Bogey's value to the team, to be honest with you. And that's a topic we've talked about, and I like to reserve to have this conversation during and evaluate that and see, am I right or am I wrong? Am I crazy about that?
Yeah. Affordable wise, he's making a lot of money this year. Eric's talking about in the future. I just want to clear that up because he is making, I want to say he's making like 17 mil, 1 year, 17 mil this year or something crazy. 19. Yeah. He is making a lot of money right now.
That's because Atlanta
gave him the money and stuff. So moving forward, I mean, he's like 31 or something like that. He's a guy moving forward that's affordable and can fill multiple roles at the 2, at the 3. You can throw him in the starting lineup at times. So that's just, for me, that's a very valuable player to have on your team, on any team.
Yeah. Doug, you want to clean up? Is there anything that you're looking forward to that we didn't mention, or just something we mentioned you wanted to have a take on?
You guys made like really great points. I agree with pretty much everything you said. The main thing I've been looking forward to most is Marvin Bagley. I think this team as is going into the break. Obviously, I've been really hell-bent on saying whatever was happening going into, the pandemic, it was fucking irrelevant now. But I think that team was good enough to compete at the time. I think Marvin Bagley coming back healthy, and he says he's 100%. If he can make an impact that the three of us know he can, because we are Bagley fans, I think it could be enough to put him over the top and actually give him a shot at this. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Marvin Bagley play.
Cool. So again, looking forward to the basketball coming back, guys. I'm excited. Thanks for sticking with us after our week off of celebration of the United States of America. We had a good time. We're going to be back weekly. I think we're going to bring back our trivia episode pretty soon. We've been doing those like monthly or every other month. They honestly are some of our highest rated episodes. So if you like those, check those out. So with that, for D Fresh and Ryan, this is Eric. Go Kangs.
Kangs.
Kangs. Thanks for listening to the KangzCast podcast. Make sure to subscribe and be notified for our next episode. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at KangzCast, like on Facebook, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.